Greetings. I am Dr. Thomasine Pickens from the Real Life Coaching Center right here in San Antonio, Texas. And I want to greet everyone on this beautiful, awesome, amazing day. I'm sorry we couldn't be there in person for the Women's History Expo. However, Lady Delaney put this together, and I thought it was an amazing idea for us to go forth anyway. However, we'll be on Facebook Live. So sorry we're not there to meet you, greet you, hug you, and snug you, but I'm going to give you an air hug from here. So I am your transitional coach, and it is an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. Before I get started, let me tell you how you can reach out to me so that you can schedule your free 15-minute consultation with me. Then after that, we'll put you in whichever group that you need to be put into to help you continue to transition. I love helping people transition from one season to the next season. So you can reach me at 1-877-726-2248. Again, that's 1-877-726-2248. And I would love to hear from you today so we can get you scheduled and get you moving in the right direction. Also, you can go to my website, www.reallifecoachingcenter.org. I'll say it again, www.reallifecoachingcenter.org, where our motto is live your life on purpose. How many times have we lived our life for everyone else? It's amazing when I ask men and women, what do you like to do for fun? And they can't tell me. They'll tell me what their ex like to do or what their next like to do, but they don't know what they like to do. So redefining you is truly redefining who you are. In life, we go through so many different changes and so many different things happen in life, and we get to the point sometimes we just forget who we are. We forget what we like. We forget what we don't like. We just simply forget so much because we have learned how to adapt. You adapt with each person. If you're with this group of friends and they like doing this, then you'll do that. And you're with this group of friends. So we've learned how to adapt. And that adaptability is awesome and amazing. Please don't misunderstand me. I think it's important that we do in certain environments learn how to adapt. But I also believe that I need to know who I am, whose I am, and what I like and what I don't like. I need to know who I am and be okay with my true identity. I need to be okay saying, I don't want to do that. I don't like doing that. Let's do something different. I have to be okay with that. And it's not being difficult. Sometimes people will say, oh, you're just so difficult. No, I'm not difficult. I just know what I want and I know what I like. So I'm not difficult. There's just certain things that I don't want to compromise on. I'll compromise on the flavor of ice cream, but there's certain things in my life that I absolutely will not compromise on. But if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you like and what you don't like, you have a tendency to just go along and do whatever everybody else is doing. You'll do what they're doing and not necessarily what you want to do or what you even like to do. So I want to help you. I want to pull that out of you, help you determine who you are and what you like and don't like. Let's redefine your life. Who did you say you were going to become before life happened? What did you say you wanted to do before life happened? Each and every one of us as little children, we had a thought. We knew there were certain things we wanted in life. We knew there were certain things we did not want in life. And along the way, we changed in some areas, maybe every area. We changed and we decided that, okay, well, I'll put that on the back burner and I'll do this instead of that. And we compromised a lot. And it's important in 2020 that you just live your life forward and you do all the things that you want to do and the things that you desire to do. And it's really important that you sit down and determine what those things are. How many times has someone asked you, where do you want to go eat? And you don't know. And you'll just go eat wherever they say. And then you get there and realize, I don't even like this place. I don't even like this type of food. But you didn't know, so you didn't want to try to make a decision because you didn't want to think about it, so you just went with the flow. And we talk about, I talk about it on on that level, but it gets so much deeper when you start thinking about your career, when you start thinking about the neighborhood you live in, the house, when you just start really digging into different things that you've compromised on, right? You find that you've made a lot of compromises, and guess what? Some of those things you can totally change. You may be driving the car that you did not want. Just the car dealership said, the car salesman said, "Hey, you look great in that car," and you're like, "Okay," because you didn't want to sit there and make a decision because you really didn't know what you wanted. And so I really want to help people, and I love helping people to sit down and determine what are your likes and your dislikes. What is it you like in life? What is it you want from life? If you were told that you could do anything, be anything, what would that be? Are you truly living your life on purpose, or are you just going through the motions of living? That's a hard question, but that's something each and every one of us need to answer. I see too many people that are not excited about life. COVID-19 has them depressed, and this is what I will say, and I will say this with everything within me. If you're depressed now because of COVID-19, chances are you were depressed before COVID-19. Those of you that were living life, COVID life just gave you a break, gave you some time to rest, but you're still loving life. You're still looking at life from a positive perspective because you were positive before it even happened. But I'm finding those that are negative right now, they were negative even before this happened because they didn't know who they were. They didn't understand their purpose. Some people are like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Was I created just to do this or do that? What do you think you were created to do? And those are the things that we talk about in my class. I have a Wednesday evening class on Facebook. We normally start around 8ish, depending on my work schedule, but it's called Redefining You. It's a mentorship class. And we talk about those difficult things that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And it's, what do you want from life? And then what are you going to do to get it? Are you just going to let life happen? Or are you going to sit down and say, life is not going to take over me. I'm going to control life. I'm going to control my life. It's just not going to take me all over the place. This isn't like a fish out of the water type of thing. I'm going to control my destiny, and I'm going to make decisions that are best for me. And if it's not good for me, then I'm simply not going to do it. It's okay to say, no, I don't want to do that. It's so okay to say, I don't want to be a part of that. That is nothing wrong with that. When you know who you are and when you understand where you're trying to go, when you have that path written down, right? The Bible tells us it is written, right? Right? We need to write it down. We need to put our plan in place like the Bible tells us to. And yes, we hold that plan up to God and we let him adjust it, but we don't adjust it out of fear, out of frustration, out of disappointments. So many times we don't want to try something new because the last time we tried something new, it simply didn't work. And so now we've decided I'm not trying anything new. And that's not the way. It's like I tried it, it didn't work, so I'm going to try something else. Think about all the inventors in the world. They tried things multiple times, many times, and it did not work, but that did not discourage them. It gave them an opportunity to do it again from a different perspective. And that's what I want to tell you today. Let's redo your life. If it's a part of your life you simply do not like, let's redo it. Today is do-over day. Yay! Do it over. If it's something in your life you simply don't like, let's do it over. If you're working for a company that you simply don't like, let's work on those skill sets. Let's work on those things that you need for that next job. So when COVID-19 is over, you can go and apply at that next company. Because trust me, this is going to be over soon. Amen. I'm trusting and believing. But you'll be ready for that next thing, right? That next job opportunity, that next promotion, whatever it is, that next house you want, that next vehicle. This is going to be over soon. And so right now, I'm calling this our preparation time. This is a great time in life. It really is. We have to know what's going on in the life, but don't allow, COVID-19 to consume you. You need to know what's going on in life. You need to know what's going on in your city. You need to know what you need to do. Like starting, I think on Monday here in San Antonio, we have to wear the face mask when we're outside. And if we don't, there's a possibility that we could be fined $1,000. So I need to know that. So I need to be in tune to the news enough to know what is required of me. But I do not allow it to consume me because guess what I'm doing? I'm turning off all that media stuff and I'm getting into some books. I'm getting into some classes online myself to help improve me so that I can be a better person. COVID-19 is not going to stop me. What it's going to do is propel me into my next season, and it's doing the same thing for you. So instead of watching the news for 2 hours, pick up a book, pick up something that's in your field and start reading on it. Start getting a better understanding. Start going deeper into your talents and your skills. Start practicing whatever it is that you do in life. This is your time to practice and to perfect some things. I love how the word of God says that God is going to do a perfect thing with us. And y'all know we imperfect, but he does a perfect thing in us who are imperfect. I think that's simply amazing. And it comes from me. You know, the Bible tells us iron sharpens iron. It comes from me putting myself in a position where I can improve and become a better me. And that's what I want to help each and every one of you do today. I want to help you to become the person that you wanted to be when you were that little girl, that little boy, and you thought, wow, life is great. This is what I'm going to be when I'm an adult. This is what I'm going to do in life. These are the changes I'm going to do. I remember, I'll close with this. I remember as a young child, people would ask me, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? My parents would ask me, my relatives would ask me, and I simply did not know. And somewhere along the way, I began to say, I'm going to be whatever God wants me to be. And I held on to that. And so, you know, people thought that I was, you know, that was a way of me getting out of answering the question, but it wasn't. I simply did not know. I simply didn't have any desires. I knew I wanted to do something great. I knew I wanted to do something magnificent, but I did not know what it was. And we didn't have career counselors like we do today. So I didn't have anyone to sit down with me. My mother was a nurse, and so everybody tried to push me into the nursing field because that's what my mother was. But I knew I did not want to be a nurse. That was not what I wanted to do. And so everyone kept trying to push me into that direction, but that's not where I wanted to go. And I simply said, no, that's not what I want to do. And so I kept going on in life, and I kept trying different careers, and I would go to school for this and didn't like it. And I'd start something else, just simply didn't like it. And I remember telling the Lord, like I said, as a little girl, I said, Lord, I'm going to be whatever it is you need me to be. And I started owning that. Whatever it is you want me to be, wherever there's a lack, I'll be that. And I knew there was not a lack at that time for nurses, so that was not what God wanted me to be. But whatever there was a lack. So then moving forward, I was in and out of school, couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. Nothing seemed to really interest me long term. Things would interest me short term, but not long term. And then I remember when I moved to San Antonio, Texas after my divorce in 1996, I moved here with 3 little boys, and I was just like, I was scared and excited at the same time, and I was ready to really own my life and do my life, right? And so I remember I started school. I went back to college. I finished my basics, got that out of the way. And then I was at that crossroad, right, where it's like, I don't know if I should go to the left or to the right. I was really not quite sure. And I went to church one night, and I was really, really praying out to God. And I heard the Lord say, if you put this down, which was school at the time, and pick this up, which was seminary school, he said, I will bless you beyond measure. And I was like, wow, what? And I was like, okay. So I'm going to do it. So I stopped going to college, and I started going to seminary school, and I was in a 2-year program, and I finished it in 18 months. That's how excited I was. Like, let's do this. I can do this. And so I finished the program, and right at the moment when I finished the program, I got a huge pay raise on my job because I was still out there working. I was working for a bank, and the Lord just blessed me. I mean, I got like over $8,000 pay raise, and that at that time was like, oh, well, even at this time, $8,000 is $8,000. That's still good money. So I got this huge raise. I had my boys a better opportunity, and it's because I obeyed God. I went to seminary school, so I was doing ministry on the side, and I had my business going on. And I remember the day I graduated from seminary school, and we're sitting there putting on our cap and gown, and we're getting ready to go and get our degree. And I remember hearing the Lord say, this is what I need you to do. This is what I want you to do. This is where I have a need. And the need was in ministry. So I became an evangelist on that day, and I was so excited. That was in 2001, and I am still an evangelist. I'm still going all over the United States. Well, I can even tell you now, I'm an international speaker now. So I go all over preaching his word, and I love it. I have a prison ministry, and I go into the prisons, and I encourage them and motivate them. I love going to women events and loving on them, and all type of conferences. And so, and now this past year, the Lord opened up a door for me to become an international speaker. And oh my gosh, I just love it. When we were in the Bahamas, the people just, they almost worshiped us. We were like, no, we're just simple people. But they were so in awe of us and the message that we had and what we were delivering to their country, and so appreciative. It just simply blew my mind. So that's what God said. This is what I need you to be, daughter. Now I'll let you do something else on the side to pay your bills, but this is what I need you to be. So I want you to be who God called and created you to be, with no apologies and no explanation. Just go forth and let God do a new thing in your life. So reach out to me, contact me. I cannot wait to work with you and for you. This is going to be an exciting time. Contact me, Dr. Thomasine Pickens, Real Life Coaching Center, right here in San Antonio, Texas, 1-877-726-2248. That's 1-877-7-COACH-T. Contact me. I can't wait to start working with you.